Hey folks, welcome back to Reality Check. Mount Everest. Its peak is an astonishing 8,848 meters above sea level, resulting in an atmospheric pressure of about a third of normal, meaning a third less oxygen to breathe as well. But as everyone knows though, it's the biggest mountain. Or is it? What about Mauna Kea in Hawaii? This is actually taller than Everest at 10,100 meters, although the majority of it is under the sea, meaning its peak is only around 4,000 meters above sea level. But wait, what about Olympus Mons? This colossal giant is an incredible 21,229 meters high, way bigger than the other two combined. Surely now we have a winner. Although nobody has ever climbed it because it's actually on Mars. Sometimes you see determining the biggest thing can be a big problem. So then, what is the biggest game in the world? Okay, here we go. Time for the grand reveal. See if you can guess, by the way. And the biggest game in the world is Mario Golf World Tour. Did you get it right? Now, before you turn off the video and send me hate messages on Twitter, all I'm saying is that you could argue that the biggest game in the world right now must in fact be the current best-selling game. And if we go by chart stats, then the most recent figures available, those for the week beginning the 3rd of May 2014, show that Mario Golf Tour on the 3DS comes out on top, hitting sales of 91,873 units globally. Now, I know that's not a very satisfactory answer, and I'm sure very few of you would have chosen that one. Also, it makes this video almost instantly out of date. So, let's move those goalposts back just a little.
Acknowledged. Stand by for Titanfall.
The biggest game in terms of sales so far for 2014 is EA's mech-based shooter Titanfall, selling roughly 1.7 million units to date. But what if we push that back a little further, to sales of all time? Ah, Tetris, the relentless block-building video puzzle. You could effectively argue that this Russian export takes the biggest game biscuit, as it's sold between 70 million and 143 million copies since its initial release back in 1984. I say between because the figures available do seem to vary widely. Either way, this huge number includes copies sold on Game Boy, Game Boy Color, NES, and almost every mobile phone ever bloody made. But then if you scan the internet for other lists and blogs of the best-selling games in the world, then games like Minecraft and Wii Sports often top the bill. You see, it's all about how you set your parameters. For example, if you go only by more reliable and trackable sales figures and also include games bundled with consoles in your count, then Wii Sports comes out on top at 81 million. But if you say no to bundled games, on the other hand, and only count individual copies sold, then Minecraft takes the crown at just shy of 50 million. But what about entire game franchises? Mario absolutely dominates in this case, as all the Mario games ever sold rack up a gargantuan 445 million copies. To put that number into perspective, if you counted each Mario game sold as an individual Mario person, then the nation of Mario would in fact be the 3rd most populous country on the planet, behind India and China. Terrifying. But you know what? I don't think we should base this entirely on money and sales. It's just too messy and too open to interpretation and the placement of goalposts. What if instead we base this on what people are actually playing? League of Legends, without doubt the most popular game in the world today. And to be honest, the numbers are staggering. 67 million, more than the population of France. That's how many individual people play the game every month. And it's still growing. 27 million of those play daily, and at any one instance, say right now, there could be as many as 7.5 million of them around the world, casting spells, last-hitting minions, and desperately trying to land that killing blow on an enemy champion. So, do we have a winner then? Well, maybe. But you see, big could also mean size. Skyrim. It's beautiful, it's detailed, and it clocks in at around 16 square miles, not counting all the delicious dungeons full of Draugr, words of power, and gold hidden in vases. Pretty impressive, but not the biggest in terms of game world, not by a long shot. Azeroth, the world of Warcraft, is around 5 times that size, at approximately 80 square miles. That's big, bigger than all the 3D Grand Theft Auto worlds combined. But even that is just smashed by the Elder Scrolls II Daggerfall, boasting a world size of 62,000 square miles. Now obviously in terms of the quality of a game world, bigger isn't necessarily better. Just compare the detail of Skyrim versus Daggerfall. There is just no competition. But even Daggerfall doesn't take the crown of the biggest game world. Minecraft, the procedurally generated block 'em up, has a theoretical maximum map size on PC of 510,072,000 kilometers squared. But you know what? Even that isn't the biggest game world. Much like in real life, if you want to get into the realms of colossal size and distance, you need to take a journey into space. EVE Online, the gigantic and galactic spacefaring MMO, boasts an explorable galaxy with a radius of approximately 120 light-years. But that's still not the biggest. That accolade must surely go to Elite Dangerous. Now, the game is still in production, but according to creator David Braben, the galaxy, i.e. the play space, is approximately 100,000 light-years across and contains around 400 billion star systems, basically the size of our own Milky Way galaxy. Insane. Now, we all live our own lives confined within our own minds. Our brains construct our own reality from sensory information and prior experience. So you could say that we all live in our own individual worlds. So then, what's the biggest game of your world? Mine would have to be Skyrim, as I've racked up well over 500 hours if you combine playing at home and messing around with Seb in top 5 Skyrim mods of the week. Be sure to let me know yours though in the comments. Last week on Reality Check, I investigated the science of inertia, and specifically how not to be turned into mulch at the moment of blast-off to near light speeds. While perusing the comment section on GameSpot, I came across this rather delightful conversation. I have an idea for how to withstand the bloody backseat problem. Just wear a titanium suit around your body, so your bloody pulp still remains that sexy human form. You're welcome. Not going to work. You'll still experience the forces, only the bloody pulp that used to be your body will be contained in titanium. At least your surviving family will not have to deal with the mess. So don't forget to let me know what you thought of this week's show, either by dropping a comment down below or by hitting me up on Twitter. Oh, and a little disclaimer, it is really difficult to find accurate stats about sales and world map size and all this kind of stuff. I did my best, I did my due diligence and checked multiple sources, but if you think I've made a grievous error, do let me know in the comments down below and I will get back to you. Okay, thanks for watching guys, see you next week.